of the editing that goes behind it, or how the music gets changed. So people go, they're not even dancing out that song. Well, they couldn't get the rights to the song, but they're still dancing. Come on, look at what the kids are doing. The kids are working their butts off here, just like we did in our movie. Everybody works their butt off. So I don't care if the movie's all that great or not. You have an opportunity, just do the best you can do and know that you're not cheating it and feel good about it. And people should appreciate it more because they don't realize the work behind all that stuff until we did it.
Okay, there's a lot of young kids out here that don't have the opportunity to be in a movie, and help them to understand, did the movie unify all of the dancers? What was the energy like with all of you, so many young dancers together, knowing that you're going to be in a movie and that you can actually tell your family and your friends about it, and how exciting that is, so that you could help the young people to just experience that moment of how you felt?
Oh my God, I was like on cloud nine the whole time. I was just happy the whole time. I mean, even when they worked us late and we were tired, we didn't care. We were just so happy, and we'd always look around and go, we're doing a movie. You know? Or we go, why don't we do something over here and get creative and see what we can come up with? The whole thing was, we're being exposed in something that we love to do. And right now, movies are a little bit further than doing a cruise show or entering these shows and contests. It's shifted in another way. So I look at the groups and I say, if that's the deal for you, then just be the best you can be and go for the most of what you can go for. But don't ever limit yourself, because we did do a movie, and you don't know when something's going to open up for you to do a movie. You don't know, because it's all about exposure and timing. You could be up on a show doing a contest in a cruise show, and somebody just happens to come in and see you, and then later on they decide to do something. They go, you know that show that we saw, those kids that were in that, I would like to put them in this. You never know, so you should never cheat yourself at anything, because you never know what's going to give you the opportunity to go further with something else in another direction. Always give your best and your all, because you don't know. And nowadays it's about cruise show, then do the best cruise show you can do and make yourself different. Always better yourself and grow. Don't limit yourself. And don't ever think that that's all there is to it, because there's way more to it. You just don't know when it's going to happen.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
How did you manage to keep a level head during your career as a dancer from the 70s all the way up until now? How were you able to balance life and still keep your passion and love for dance alive in the midst of the ups and downs of what life throws at us?
Oh wow, I don't even know if I can answer that one, because I've been very lucky and steady, and I don't know, it's something that I have inside of me. That's a hard one to answer, because of the fact that when I was younger and it was happening, I just accepted it and enjoyed the ride of it. As I do now, my second living, I call it, for dance, because now I teach instead of actually perform so much, even though I do demos. But I grew up with that passion for it, and I was lucky to have parents and brothers and sisters that were all involved in a part of it in their own way, that it was never about getting cocky and, yeah, I've done this and I've done that. It's always about, I'm working, I'm happy, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm so lucky. And I don't know, I can't answer that. You'd almost have to ask people that are around me, how does Anna keep it together and leveled, or like the questions you're saying, because to me, I still have to get regular jobs in between, you know. Don't think I was dancing and working with dance every day. There was moments where I had to get part-time job to pay my rent, you know, or my father had prostate cancer. I had to sit at home and take care of him for a while, but he made me still dance. I mean, my mom and dad, my dad used to drive me to the clubs because he knew my sister would take me home. He knew how much I was involved in the dance. So when you have people backing you up and watching your back, you don't take for granted of that. You just embrace it. And when you embrace it and it comes your way, you just try to enjoy the heck out of it and give it your best, and don't ever cheat it. I don't think about Like how some people, even my husband, when I met my husband, he didn't even know I was a dancer because I don't like talking about myself. It was funny. I don't like saying, yeah, I did this and I did that and I've done this show and I've done that and, you know, I've been around and I don't like doing that. He found out because I invited him to a show I was doing and I wanted him to help me with the music, but he didn't realize who I was till we walked in the club and he said everybody started screaming. Well, I don't even hear the screams sometimes. I just see friendly faces. I see everybody happy and excited. I don't necessarily take it like that. So more the outside people that are around me notice it more than I do myself. And knock on wood, I say I'm lucky in that way because it's kept me humble. I don't want to get big-headed. I want to stay level. I want to stay even and appreciate and enjoy what I have. And at 53 right now, I started teaching in '89, and when you start teaching, after I've done all these shows and all this work, and because I did a lot of stuff, I was very, very lucky at my timing with music, where I was, people that were around me, everything was for a reason. And when I had opportunity to start teaching, I thought, wow, I can actually give this back to the kids now and hopefully educate them and give them that extra little something that will get them that job in the next audition or will separate them when they're up on stage to get that other TV show or whatever it may be. So my whole feeling is switched around and focusing on them more, not so much on me, even though I'm still a kid in heart and I still love to dance and I still like to kick up my heels and do shows or what have you. My heart is more into really trying to help them understand the path and what might get in your way and what you have to look for and all those opportunities. I don't have time so much to think about who I really am in the sense of what I've done. I just know I put in my time and I never cheated it. And I was 24/7 about it. It was who I am. It's who I am now. Even though I had to do limousine work, waitressing, work in sales, whatever I had to do, so I could still go out and do my thing dancing, I did that. I didn't drop my responsibilities because I thought, wow, I shouldn't be working because I've done videos or I did commercials. No, life is life. You have got to go and you've got to pay your bills. And if something ain't coming in that way, you got to make it happen in another. But if you make it happen in another, the other comes your way. It's like, you can't say, well, I'm not going to take that job because, you know, they don't know who I am. Forget all that. Do it because you're a dancer and you love it. Either you want it or you don't, you know? And if you really want it and you open yourself up, things will come your way. Just stay true, really work hard at it, and make it real. Don't be surface about it. Don't be learning a step here and a step there and say, oh, I got this and I'm this person. It's not about that. Do you really want to dance? Do you really want to work? Do you really want to share what you have? You got to ask yourself where you want to be with that. I always wanted to perform. I always wanted to share and show people the love that I have out with my dance and make you feel moved with what I do. And that's what I do. To this day, I make sure I do that.
Okay. In closing, what would you like for your legacy to be when people mention your name as far as dance go and being a pioneer and just being there from the beginning? What would you want your legacy to be?
That's a good one. Honest. Anna was honest. Anna was happy. Anna loved her dance. She was always true. I would say that because that's what it's about. It's kind of hard for me to say that because, you know, I'm talking about myself. So, but I'd like to remember the purity, the hard work, and what I try to pass on, and the remembrance of others that passed it to me, and the truth of it, and the hard work, and the love.
Is there anybody that you would like to thank as far
Everybody.
as helping you on your journey?